This week's cyber stories are a reminder that attackers are no longer just stealing data. They're hijacking the tools we trust most, from Microsoft Intune and Azure alerts to GitHub Actions and iPhones. We've got a massive medical device breach, a major software supply chain compromise, active ransomware 0 days, and a phishing campaign that bypasses even encrypted messaging protections. Welcome to Threatopia, where we break down real cyber threats, breaches, and the security patterns that actually matter. This is the cybersecurity briefing you can't afford to miss. Streaming from YouTube and all your favorite podcast platforms, I'm your host, Mike Kramer. For more than 2 decades, I've worked across private and public sectors around the world, helping organizations design resilient security architectures, modernize operations, and reduce real-world risk. Make sure to stay until the end, because one of today's biggest lessons is how attackers are turning legitimate admin platforms and trusted software pipelines into some of the most dangerous attack paths in the enterprise. Over the next few months, the cybersecurity calendar stays busy. The RSA conference is going on right now at the Moscone Center in San Francisco. It's always one of the biggest gatherings for enterprise security leaders, vendors, and practitioners. Apparently this year, all of the booths are humongous and say AI SOC. So Google Cloud Next is scheduled for April 22nd through April 24th in Las Vegas in Mandalay Bay, with a strong focus on cloud, AI, infrastructure, and security operations. SANS 26 is happening March 29th through April 3rd at the Hyatt Regency in Orlando. That's right around the corner. It's a great event for hands-on training and blue team skill building. Black Hat USA, of course, returns August 1st through August 6th in Las Vegas in Mandalay Bay, focused on advanced security research, enterprise defense, and offensive tradecraft. Immediately after is DEF CON, that follows right after, from August 6th through August 9th at the Las Vegas Convention Center. It's bringing together the hacker and research community. It's always a good time, and it's more affordable. Looking a little bit further out, we have the Splunk.conf and CribbleCon. They're not at the same place or time anymore like they used to be, and they're the kinds of events worth watching closely for security data platform, detection engineering, and observability teams as dates finalized for the year. The security tip of the day, it's simple. Lock down your admin platforms like they're production crown jewels, because they are. If a threat actor gets access to endpoint management, identity, or the CI/CD tooling, they may not need malware at all. They can use your own trusted systems against you. Require MFA, reduce standing admin access, and put high-risk actions like device wipes, role elevation, and release publishing behind extra approvals whenever possible. Just-in-time access and the rolling passwords are always a great idea for those privileged accounts. Today we have about 14 or 15 stories to cover and a little bit behind, so expect another episode in just a day or two. Let me know if there's a day of the week you'd like. I like to put out 2 of these every week at the minimum, so let me know if you have 2 days and times you'd like to see these come out. I was thinking Sunday night, so you're prepared rolling into Monday, but let me know in the comments below. All right, CISA is urging immediate Microsoft Intune hardening after Iranian-linked hacktivist group Handala allegedly breached Stryker by compromising an admin account and creating a new global administrator. The attackers reportedly wiped out nearly 80,000 devices and claimed to have stolen 50 terabytes of data. We had covered that right when it was breaking that night, but that was just a little recap and an update on it. Attackers are abusing Microsoft Azure Monitor alerts to send phishing emails from the legitimate Azure-no reply at Microsoft.com address. The campaign uses fake billing alerts and phone numbers, allowing the messages to bypass common email security checks and increase user trust. Very scary stuff. A North Carolina musician pleaded guilty to $10 million of streaming fraud scheme that used AI-generated songs, bots, and VPNs to fake billions of plays. This fraud diverted royalties away from legitimate artists and could lead up to 5 years in prison. Not worth it. He basically had built bots. He had AI make the music, had bots stream it, and then he got the royalties credits from that. So the FBI says Russian intelligence-linked actors are phishing Signal and WhatsApp users to hijack accounts instead of breaking encryption directly. Victims are tricked into sharing verification codes or scanning malicious QR codes, giving attackers access to private chats and contact networks. U.S., Canadian, and German authorities dismantled 4 major IoT botnets. That's Internet of Things. And it's Assure.U, Kimwolf, Jackskid, and Mossad, used in massive DDoS attacks and extortion campaigns. The botnets had compromised more than 3 million IoT devices and supported hundreds of thousands of attacks. The open source Trivy vulnerability scanner was hit in a supply chain compromised by Team PCP, who injected credential stealing malware into official releases and GitHub Actions. Attackers force-pushed malicious code diversion tags, exposing secrets from CI/CD pipelines and developer environments, and later spreading canister worm through NPM packages. Let me know if you need any of those other terms defined. I can either throw them in the comments or we could do some kind of dictionary thing in the future. German authorities and Europol shut down over 373,000 fake dark web sites in Operation Alice that falsely advertised CSAM and cybercrime services. The scam network reportedly tricked around 10,000 users into paying for illegal content that never existed, generating roughly $400,000. A malicious bash script was found deploying a Gsocket backdoor on Linux systems using gs-netcat for stealthy remote access. It establishes persistence through cron jobs and profile changes while hiding activity by restoring timestamps. An exposed server linked to the Beast ransomware group revealed tooling focused heavily on deleting backups and wiping logs before encryption. The leak shows how aggressively this group targets recovery mechanisms to pressure victims into paying. The Interlock ransomware group exploited Cisco Secure Firewall Management Center 0-day CVE 2026-20131 before public disclosure and patching. The attacks achieved remote code execution as root and deployed custom rats in memory backdoors, PowerShell scripts, and Screen Connect for persistence. Oracle issued an emergency alert for critical unauthenticated remote code execution flaw CVE 2026-21992 in Fusion middleware affecting Oracle Identity Manager and Oracle Web Services Manager. No active exploitation is reported yet, but the flaw is severe enough that Oracle released an out-of-cycle patch. Dark Sword is a multi-zero-day iPhone exploit chain linked to UNC 6353 and commercial surveillance-style activity, targeting users across several countries. A single malicious website visit can reportedly lead to full device compromise, privilege escalation, and fast data theft, including cryptocurrency wallets. Researchers analyzed Snappy Client, a stealthy C++ command and control implant delivered through hijack loader and used to target cryptocurrency wallets. It uses phishing, AMSI bypass techniques, encrypted communications, and persistence mechanisms to maintain long-term access. The UK National Crime Agency is warning that online platforms and recommendation algorithms are helping draw teenagers into cybercrime. Officials say the trend is increasing cyber attacks, fraud, and exploitation by blending social influence with increasingly accessible offensive tooling. Darn you script kiddies. No, but seriously, don't end up in jail. Closes so many doors. It'll ruin your life. Don't do it. In today's analysis, the major theme is supply chain and trusted software distribution compromise. The Trivy incident is a perfect example of attack T1195, supply chain compromise, where attackers inserted malicious code into official releases and GitHub Actions, then used manipulated version tags to distribute credential theft at scale. For defenders, this is exactly why pinning GitHub Actions to full commit SHAs, validating release provenance, monitoring for unauthorized tag changes, and aggressively rotating exposed secrets are now baseline controls, not nice to haves. The second theme is impact-focused operations that go after resilience, not just initial access. Beast ransomware deleting backups, Interlocked exploiting a Cisco 0-day for root-level persistence, and the Intune wipe activity at Stryker all show the same attacker mindset. Don't just get in, cripple recovery. That maps to techniques like data destruction, T1485, data encrypted for impact, T1486, and impaired defenses, T1562. Organizations should care because this is where many mature environments still fail. They may detect malware, but they haven't adequately protected backup infrastructure, management planes, admin accounts, or the paths attackers use to disable recovery before the real damage begins. Coming from a deep background in backup myself, there's a huge difference between redundancy, resiliency, synchronization, and backups like point in time, right? Like recovery, we'd always say replication still replicates mistakes, bad data, and deletions. So you always need that point in time backup to recover from when needed, especially true in these ransomware attacks that are still quite prevalent. There's also a strong human layer theme running through the Azure Monitor phishing, Signal and WhatsApp account hijacks, snappy client delivery, and even the NCA warning about teens being pulled into cybercrime ecosystems. Phishing T1566 remains one of the most durable techniques in the attack framework because it targets human trust, not just technical weaknesses. The best defense is layered: a strong MFA, phishing-resistant authentication where possible, user training that focuses on real-world lures like billing alerts and QR code abuse, and detections that correlate identity anomalies with unusual admin actions, or release changes, remote tooling, or mass destructive events. Scan your SQL databases for drop events, for example. So if I had to sum up today's threat landscape in one sentence, it would be this: attackers are increasingly choosing the shortest path to maximum leverage, and that path is usually through your trusted systems, your trusted identities, and your trusted automation. Maybe you don't trust it so much. Today's security concept is destructive attack chains. This is when attackers don't stop at stealing data or getting access. They deliberately break the victim's ability to recover by wiping devices, deleting backups, removing logs, or disabling security controls before the full impact hits. We saw that pattern in the Striker Intune wipe, Beast ransomware's backup destruction, and attackers abusing trusted admin systems to maximize damage. For defenders, the lesson is simple. It's not enough to prevent compromise. You also need resilient recovery, protected backups, and controls that stop one compromised admin account from triggering catastrophic actions. Today's threat landscape is a clear reminder that trust, identity, and software supply paths are under attack at the same time, and now AI is accelerating all three. If you found this briefing valuable, please like this show because it really helps us out. Thanks for listening to Threatopia, and stay safe out there.